Start recording. Cool. Let me go share my screen with you guys like always. Cool. All right. We all good? Thumbs up. Can we get a thumbs up in chat real quick? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Oh, can we see it? Monitor looking good. Screen looking good. Or can you guys not see it? Wait for you guys to acknowledge. Yeah. We good? Cool. Coolios. All right. So, how many of you guys are struggling with? Actually, let me actually get rid of these. Let me get rid of these fair value gaps as well. And I'll leave those on. How many of you guys are struggling with putting your stop loss in place? How many of you guys enter a trade and then immediately you get stopped out because your stop loss was too close, or let's say you didn't put the stop loss in the right spot and it killed you a little bit on your account? Maybe you get stopped out too quick. Yeah, so Crystal, you're probably putting your stop loss a little too close to your entry, boy, which makes your which makes you struggle a little bit. Okay. And then how many of you guys do the exact opposite, where your stop loss is a little too far apart? Hop in here, guys. Good evening, good evening, good evening. And you lose a little too much money on the trade, and you're kind of like, man, my stop loss was maybe too wide, right? I lost a little too much on that trade. It hurt me a little bit. Does anybody feel that way as well? What do we got? What do we got? And people trickling on in here. We're talking about stop losses and risk management tonight. Okay. The lesson is being recorded, so you guys can look back and rewatch this as well for some practice or whatever. What's up, Mara? How are you doing? Me, I get stopped out too quick. Okay, cool. And then agree. Perfect. So what are we gonna do? I want to talk to you guys about first, before we even identify what we're gonna do about stop losses. We want to make sure your position sizing is correct, because let's say you have the perfect stop loss in place, but your position sizing is absolutely terrible, then no matter where your stop loss is compared to wherever your account is, it's going to hurt you. Okay? Agree, sometimes I'm too ballsy and set mine too high. Well, hey, at least to be honest, I like that. I want you guys to be honest. We're a team here, right? So, how many of you guys, do you guys go in with too big of a size? How many of you guys think you're over leveraging a little bit? So, like, you get into the position, you think it's a good size, right? And then you realize, damn, I just accidentally went in a little too heavy. I'm down too much. But I mean, obviously, if the trade goes your direction, you might be up pretty nicely. But that's a shoulda, woulda, coulda, if. We don't want shoulda, woulda, coulda, ifs as traders, right? We want probabilities and high win rates, right? And then obviously risk management. So how many of you guys feel like you're over leveraging, right? How many of you guys go in with more than one NQ contract? How many of you guys go in with my stop loss might be right, but my TP is not? Okay, we can talk about TPs as well with stop losses and loose. Okay, so for me, you guys know I'm trading on a 100K prop firm account right now. You guys know that. This is I'm funded on one account right now. Right now, I'm working on the second funded account right now. What I'm going to start doing too is I'm going to start screenshotting my week P&Ls. I realized I wasn't doing that, so you guys can see how much money I make on the week. I show you guys how much money I make every single day, and now we're going to start showing you guys the week things. I was thinking like, they should probably see how much I make per week. You know, I think that would help them as well, because you know, today I made $800. I made one extra trade, so technically I made $1,800 today. But today was a pretty good day. Hopping here, guys. How we doing? How we doing? So first thing we want to go over is position sizing. Obviously, we have to control that. Make sure you guys don't over leverage. I only trade if based off of my I'm trading a 100K prop firm account, right? So I have a max loss of $3,000 on the account, and obviously the take profit and all that stuff doesn't really matter, okay? But I only trade literally one contract. For me I made $1,800 take profit. The whole time I took trades, I was trading on one contract. So I want you guys to realize how much leverage one NQ contract has, right? So if you guys are trading with 2, 3, 4 contracts, and obviously your stop loss or risk management might be a little tighter than even mine, you're already setting yourself up for failure. Okay, so whatever that is, maybe start lowering your position size now. So for example, let's break down what happened today. So to identify stop losses, we have to identify a game plan first. If we don't have a game plan, there's no way to know where we even want to put our stop, right? We can't just say, oh, I'm in a position, I guess maybe I'm going to put it here. No, you want to first formulate a game plan. So for the game plan, let me give you guys an example here. Let me go back. I'm going to do the replay feature. Okay, I'm going to go to the replay feature, and for example, on a bigger time frame, this is at what, 29. So this candlestick is yesterday. Okay, this candlestick is yesterday. And now we're gonna I'm gonna break down, let's pretend like we're in the past right now. And I'm gonna break down exactly my game plan and exactly when I'll enter and exactly when I'll exit. And again, you guys know me as I'm a scalper / intraday day trader. So I don't hold for hours. I hold for minutes to seconds. If you guys don't like that and you guys want to find longer plays, we can start trying to find longer positions for you guys. But for my best success and what I've been very profitable with is scalping. You know, I've been scalping for the last 5 years. That's literally what I do. Okay. I don't know how you guys feel about scalping, especially when you trade on prop firm accounts. You can't really hold for very long, right? Because you have a time limit on how long you can even hold the positions for in prop firms. So swing trading is you can't really even do that with prop firms in a sense. And again, you guys can ask questions while I'm going through this. You guys can cut me off. You guys can ask whatever you want. I'm open book. This is a lesson. This is for you guys. And then at the end of this, I'm going to bring one of you guys up here. You guys can introduce yourself, talk to you a little bit about your trading journey and stuff like that. Just to maybe get a little bit more acquainted with the team. Okay. What time limit on what's the time limit on one contract? Well, I mean time limit. When you use prop firms, they auto liquidate you if you don't sell the contract by the end of the day. So I mean, you have all day technically to hold the contract, but you can't hold it overnight. You can't swing it, and if you want like these insane moves, that's where swinging does. I prefer scalping, but I'm seriously terrible at getting out too early. Well, we're gonna work on that, Jocelyn. Okay. How many trades do you take to? I broke my rules. I'll be honest with you guys. I broke my rules a little bit. You say, hey, take only 3 or 4 trades. I took 7. It's okay. I know I break my rules a little bit. Just do what I say, not what I do. Right? Do what I say, not what I do. You can't hold overnight. Not with prop firms. If you use prop firms, you cannot hold overnight. And if you have your own personal capital, you have to have a lot of money to hold these. Okay, so I mean, and that doesn't mean just because you can't hold them overnight doesn't mean, oh man, I can't hold these overnight, I'm not going to be profitable, I'm not going to make money. Well, that's not the case. Okay, I'm just saying you aren't able to do that. Okay, count your days, Will. I'm coming for you. Love you too, Tony. Love you too. So let's break this down. We're back in replay mode. Okay, so obviously when I look at this, the first thing I want to do, obviously, right, team, is identify my support. Are we all comfortable? I mean, a lot of veterans in here, we've been talking about support here for a while now. Okay, most of you guys are pretty familiar with finding support and resistance, I'm assuming, right? If we get thumbs up, most of you guys are pretty familiar with how to draw support and resistance levels, right? It's okay to say no. And we get some new traders in here, we get some veterans, we get some medium traders, right? If we don't know, we can do a very fast run through about support and resistance, okay? We're good? Okay, cool. I'm gonna continue. So, when I'm looking at this is the past. This is technically yesterday. Okay, I would like your take on support and resistance. Cool. I'll tell you exactly why I'm drawing this level here while we're drawing it out. Okay, why am I drawing my support level right here? Well, every time I look for support, I want to look for multiple touches and I want to look for change of direction. What does that mean? So every time you guys can see, I drew this level here. Right here, what happened? Price changed. Right here, what happened? Price changed, price changed, price changed, right? So this is a very valid area of support. And we're on the 2-hour time frame right now, guys. We're on the 2-hour time frame. So since we're on the 2-hour time frame, this level is very, very valid. The farther out time frames you go, and when you draw those levels of support or resistance, that's going to truly, truly show you that if we do break this level, we have a lot of room to the downside. Okay? So I was looking at this. I'm like, okay, if we break this level, this was last night, or yesterday, the 29th, I'm sorry, yeah, yesterday. We have a lot of room to the downside. You guys can see right here. Well, the next level of resistance that I see as of now is right here. Why is this a valid level of resistance? Well, we have a big move to the downside right here. Very, very big. Because this is the 2-hour time frame. Every single candlestick represents 2 hours worth of price movement. Okay? So this is another valid level of resistance. So far, that's all I got for my 2-hour time frame. Let's go down to now the 30-minute time frame. Okay. What do we got here? Well, obviously, very valid level of support, pretty valid level of resistance. Okay, and well, you actually can see how this resistance inversed itself, right? We had resistance right here, then it became support because we broke out of this, then it became resistance. So see how it became resistance, support, resistance again. All right, and if you guys don't understand what I'm talking about, cut me off. I can clarify myself a little more. Okay, let's continue. Sorry, I got a text. How to answer that. Next, what do we want to do? Well, we can actually see that we are in a trend level on the 30-minute time frame. We have a trend to the upside. So as of right now, right, we're looking like we're heading higher, right? We're looking like we're heading higher, right? The only thing that I don't like right now that I see is we're trading below the 200-day moving average. Usually when we trade below the 200-day moving average, that tells me, hey, there's probably more sellers than buyers. When we're trading above the 200-day moving average, right, we are most likely trading higher. So every time you see, obviously, the price, look, all this trading above the 200-day moving average, trading below the 200-day moving average, trading above the 200-day moving average, right, trading below the 200-day moving average, right? So it totally helps you like say, hey, sellers are probably more in control than not, right? Okay, let's continue. So I got my main level of support, got my main level of resistance. We want to draw, and now this is where TP comes into play, okay? Where do you want to take your profit? Well, how I identify where I take my profit is by just the next level of support, right? So after this level right here, where's the next level of support? Let me see what Joe says. So I have a problem that I noticed. I don't know why, but trades that I am not confident in always end up going the way I knew they would, but I wasn't confident in it. The ones I am confident in, I always get stopped out. How can I get better at this? Yeah, good question, man. So I have a few questions to ask you in return. What trades are you taking that you feel confident in, and what trades that you don't feel comfortable taking that you don't feel comfortable in? If you can answer that, I can probably help you. Okay. All right, let's continue. Type that. Get back to me, or hey, after that lesson, we can bring you up here and we can have you talk a little bit, bro. We can figure it out. Okay. So what am I gonna do next? I'm gonna draw zones. Okay. I don't know. We didn't really go a lot into zones, guys. Actually, before we go about zones, this will be my next take profit, right here. Right here, let me move over. Why? Because this is the next level of support. Why is this the next level of support? Well, because price, you can see this candle bounced all the way up off of this level right here. So this is the next valid level of support. Okay? So, just by looking at this, if we break this level, my TP is going to be right here. Sometimes they get out before that. That's okay. Can everybody hear me? Jocelyn says I'm the only one who can't hear. Is everybody else can hear me? Let me do... Can everybody else hear me though? Are we good? Okay.
Yep.
Alright, cool. Cool. So, now we're going to draw zones. We have our levels, and I can even draw the next level of resistance, right? Right here. So, let's draw our zones. How do we draw our zones? Well, I'm going to get the rectangle tool out here. I'm going to draw the bottom line of the rectangle is going to be the bottom wick right here. Okay? So, I'm going to draw the bottom rectangle wick, and I'm going to move that all the way to about right here. And why did I put it right here? Let me make this look a little prettier, and let me put this line a little nicer. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here's the first zone that we drew. You guys can see I'm going to draw the bottom rectangle to the lowest candle wick, which is right here, and the top candlestick to kind of where like you see where buyers step in, the candle wick right here, candle wick right here, candle wick right here. So this is going to be our first zone. Practice this. Okay. So this is going to tell me, guys, if we break below this trend line, trend is broken, we could potentially get it. What's really, really cool about trading, guys, is there's multiple ways just to trade where we're at right now. We can potentially play the trend break right here, stop loss above the trend, and have TP at level of support. Or we can miss this play, right? Let's say you don't want to trade this. You miss the entry here. You wait for price to get back down to here, see how it reacts. If we react here, break structure, I talked a lot about you guys about breaking structure. If we start breaking structure, then maybe we can go long here, back into next level resistance. Or let's say we can't break structure here, then we look for a short opportunity instead at this level into this break right here. And I'm gonna give you guys examples, okay? So I got my level, my zone. Now let's play the market here. This is a replay. Next candle. Oh, look, we're starting to break. We're starting to break, right? So let's see what next candle does. All right, we're really starting to break. So I can go short one contract right here. Stop loss, this is what getting the stop loss, is going to be high of this candle wick. I'm going to set my stop loss at this high right here. Why right here? It's small. Again, position sizing is everything. And then I'm putting my stop loss at this high candle wick because if this stop loss gets taken out, my analyst is wrong, which is okay. We're not going to be 100% every single time. And it's going to stop me out to be confident that if we do break that, I'll keep my profits or keep my risk management to a minimum, knowing that that play is just invalid and we're going to potentially going high, reformulate my game plan, move on to the next trade. Okay? That will be my stop loss. Let's see what happens, right? Next candle, this is looking really good. And then I'm on the 30-minute time frame. Let's go to the 2-minute time frame so you guys see what this looks like. Here's the 2-minute time frame. Okay, let me go back. All right. So we'd have entered right here, right? We'd have been entered right here. My stop loss would have been above these highs right here, right? And we're back to break even right now, pretty much. A little bit in profit, okay? Are you using TradingView with Top Step, or are you using the Top Step platform? I'm using the Top Step platform, but I'm using TradingView pretty much to look for my entries and exits. Do you have Top Step X? Yes, I do. Rambo, it doesn't matter, but yes, I do have Top Step X. Okay. Next candlestick. Look. So, and you guys can see, we're just trading sideways. We're just kind of trading sideways. Nothing's really happening, right? But look what's happening. We're going technically low. Well, technically right now we're just consolidating right now. This is just consolidation. And what is it? This is like, okay, this is overnight. This is like at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So actually I wouldn't really have taken that trade because again, time frame doesn't really make sense. But you can see, let's just see what happens. Let's just keep going, keep going. We're just consolidating, going sideways. Okay, here we go, right? We're starting to go lower here. Let's wait, going higher, back to consolidation, getting kind of boring. Okay, here we go. What time is this now? Now it's okay. Now it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, I think. Let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, I'm trying to get to like where it's actually volume picks up here. Let me wait. All right, what time is it now? 2 in the afternoon. Okay, let me keep fast forwarding here. Let me keep fast forwarding. Let me actually 5 times. All right, let me keep going. Just gotta keep going because this is all just consolidation. You don't want to trade any of this. Boring, 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 boring. Consolidation, consolidation. And if we zoom out a little bit, you guys can see, right, on the 5-minute time frame, look, we're just literally trading sideways. So technically, if we entered right here, yeah, this would have been an insane trade. See what I'm saying? Even though I didn't even realize that this was overnight, we broke structure, and from breaking structure, look what happened. We changed direction. Again, we were just mostly, but the volume there was absolutely terrible because this is overnight. This doesn't make sense. Okay, let's continue playing this out here because I actually want to show you the play that we took this morning. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh crap, let me go back a little bit. Okay. Now, what time is it? This is 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, this is 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, let me read what Joe said real quick. The trades that I'm not confident in are trades that show where the market wants to go, but there's maybe 1 or 2 other factors showing it really wants to go the other way. The ones I am confident have multiple factors that show it will have entered, but entered. So Jojo, in that sense, from what you're saying, I'm just thinking that like your strategy or how you read the markets is just you need a little tweaking on that. Because if you're super confident in the trades that are not making you money, and then you're not really confident in the trades that are making you money, I would brush up on the strategy. That's what I'm kind of hearing from you. Because like, if you really understand the strategy, but you're making money on trades that you don't understand, but then you're really confident in the trades that you go into and you lose, that's strategy. That's strategy practice, okay? Those are my 2 cents. Again, that's why I'm teaching you guys a strategy, right? Maybe brush up on why you're entering and why those confirmations tell you to go in and to go out, okay? All right, good. So we're at, what time is it? This is 6 o'clock in the morning, okay? Look at this. Volume starts picking up here, okay? Volume starts picking up here. Look, now we're entering the level of support. Just because we get into this level, do we go long here? Absolutely not, right? There's no confirmation, there's nothing, right? No confirmation, there's nothing. So I'm going to wait though. But entering it, so if I start seeing break of structure, buyers stepping into this position, potentially going higher, maybe we can go long, but let's see. Next candle. Wow. And this is the 5-minute time frame we're looking at. This is the 5-minute time frame. We can go to the 2-minute time frame. Look at this. Right? And there's 2 ways to play this as well. There's 2 ways to play this as well. What I'm showing you guys, there's so many different ways to play these opportunities. Okay? How can we play this? Well, I can enter half position size or super light position size on the break of the initial support level. Because you guys can see, if we break this initial support level, which this line right here, you can see how much we flow. This would have been an amazing scalp trade right here. Okay? Amazing scalp trade. Okay, let's say you missed on this opportunity. I know this is 6:30 in the morning, so we all missed it. Okay, can you enter a half contract? No, you can't. I wish. But if you want to enter light, go to MES. Okay, those are smaller contract sizes than the NQ. Okay, so let's say we missed that play. Well, let's continue. Wow, look at that. Look at that. So this would have been an absolutely beautiful play. This happened at what time? 6:48 in the morning. Okay. Again, we missed this play this morning. We never took this because what? We were sleeping. I don't get up till 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, I was sleeping still, right? But you guys can see if this was actually during the day. Look at the break. We would have entered on this short position right here, right? Okay, actually, let me back up a little bit. Let's say we entered right here. Where would your stop loss be for this contract? My stop loss would be high of this candle, which would be this high wick right here, which means it gives me still enough room for this play because like, we can maybe come back up to here, get close to it, and then come back down. But if it, let's say it shoots right back up and gets stopped out, I would rather get stopped out for that position, and then let's say it moves around and then goes lower, then I can just re-enter. If it's valid. But I usually put my stop loss, and when we make the line a little prettier, will be right above the candle I enter it on, so right here. So if I enter right here on this candle, my stop loss is going to be right here. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. While let's say I entered right here, and now the trade is right here, I'll literally move my stop. Then I'll move it to break even. So now it's a risk-free trade. Worst case scenario: make $0, lose $0. Okay. And then let's say I want to hold this all the way into this level. Well, then while the trade is going my way, I can start slowly moving my stop loss in profit. So then if it does just want to shoot up instantly, I'll at least walk away with some type of money. Okay? This is about making money. This isn't about making home runs. This isn't making $100,000 a day. This is about making small profit and then doing it 1,000 times over again. Like I told you guys, if you guys make $300 a day, which is extremely doable, Omar is actually here's an example. Omar, by the way, he's one of the interns, right? He passed his funded account, right? And he, I forgot when he passed it, but now he's trading on his actual funding account. He has $6,000 of funded money, right? If you want to talk a little about that, you can, Omar. But $6,000 almost. He's about to get a payout pretty nice. But what did he do? He's trading one contract, making small wins, $300, $400, $500 wins, maybe sometimes 1,000, right? The small wins are going to count. Even if it's $300 a day, I was telling the team you guys earlier, $332 a day times 5 times 4 is like $6,000 something a month, right? That's crazy. For $300 a day, you guys can easily do that. I made $800 a day in 3 trades. You guys can easily do that. It's the small wins that you count, and that's all about mindset, which we'll get into a different lesson about that. But, for example, let's say we missed this trade, and let's say we entered on this line. Well, where would you put your stop loss? And you can tell yourself, well, I don't want to put my stop loss all the way up here, because this can be a pretty big loss, even on one candle, right? So I would say, on these types of trades, I'll rather get wicked out, but so I'll probably put my stop loss maybe 20 to 30% of the candle, or at this previous low. So there's multiple ways to put it. I would probably initially put it at probably this line right here. It's a 50% of this candle, because this candle is such a big candle to enter in on that we can then come up green candle and wick us out right here. So I'll probably put it at the 50% or 20% level on these candles. So let's see what happens right here. Let's see what happens. Next candle. Okay, this is looking good. We're in profit. We entered here. We're doing good. Let's see next candle. Okay, this candle we saw came up to here, but again, now we're in the red. Now we're in the red in this trade. But where's my stop loss? My stop loss is right here. So let's see what happens, actually. Let me put my line. My stop loss will be right here. Okay, let's see what happens. Next trade, back in profit. All right, we're getting pretty close. Look at this. We're getting pretty close to getting stopped out of this trade. Right? Let's see what happens. And now we're back in profit. And look at that. So do you guys see that? In this trade specifically, if we entered here, we would have been in the red for, I don't know, a few minutes. We would have been in the red, and we would have gone pretty close to stopped out. And you guys, this is probably where you guys suffer or mess up a lot, is when you guys enter these short positions, your guys' stop loss is probably right here. And so you guys will probably instantaneously get stopped out. How many of you guys actually probably trade these type of trades and this happens to you? And you get stopped out like that? Do you guys feel that? Does that kind of happen to you guys at all? A little bit? Where you guys enter right here on the break, put your stop loss like right here, and it stops you out of the trade. And you're like, damn. And then later on in the day, you're like, oh, wow, it would have gone my way. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Would you take a short after the low was taken out by the lower low? For example, where the stock, I would have taken a short, I would have entered right here. And then my stop loss would have been at this about 20% area right here. And then what's really cool about using the moving average as well this moving average, look, it came up to the moving average and then got rejected again. So you kind of can base your stop losses around the moving average as well, which is pretty cool. This happened to me, so do you place the stop loss on the highest wick of the previous candle? For this example, if we entered right here, yes. But since this candle is so big, I don't want to put my stop loss all the way up here, because then I'm risking from here to here my profit. That's a little too much for my taste, at least for one contract. That's a little too much for me. So I'll put my stop loss probably the 20% level or the 30% level or previous green candle. So it's anywhere around here is where I'll put my stop loss, because this candle is so big. That's why. Why is it this candle? Because this candle is a lot smaller than this candle. So you guys can see this is such a big candle. We're probably going to have a little bit of retracement before we go lower. Okay? And that's what I would have done in that trade. Cool? And this would have been a winning trade. Let's continue, right? This came all the way down to here. TP. Okay, then again, where would we... Okay, we're in the trade right here. Where would our TP be? Where would our take profit be? Well, my take profit would just be at this low. At this previous low. So if we come all the way back up, my TP would just be at this low. And this would be probably with just one contract a $300 to $400 to $500 win. Maybe even more. Okay. Connect. I don't know why it disconnected me here. Yeah. Am I lagging? Am I really? Oh, let me reshare it. Am I lagging right now? Wait, hold on. Hold on. Alright, is it better? Or not? Is it better or not? I thought it was my bad. Okay. I don't know why. It's weird. My internet's been really, really bad lately. So hopefully it's not causing too much problems. Alright, if I start glitching out again, let me know. Okay. Cool. Alright, continuing. So that's why I would enter right here. TP would be right here, and let's see if that actually works. Let's see if that actually works. So let me move on over, and let's see. And again, look at that. We actually came up to this level again, and then came all the way back down. Okay? And then you guys can see, we went lower, lower, and then market opened here at, not yet actually, 8:30. Where's 8:30? 8:30, right here. Okay, markets are open. So, since markets are open, right, how do we trade this? Right? Well, since we know we missed out on all these trades technically, right, I know that we broke structure. Now I'm going to have to go to a bigger time frame again and be like, okay, 8:30 was right here, right? If we break lower, we still have a lot more room to the downside. So this is me actually looking at a bigger time frame, realizing we have a lot more room to the downside. And so you guys saw me, I think I took a trade on this low break here this morning, and look what happened, right? And look what happened. And we actually took that, and it just kept on falling, because I know that overall trend is in direction. Our trend is what? Bearish, okay? The next thing I know is that we have more room. There's on a bigger time frame. I just look at the next levels of support and resistance. There's a lot more room of support and resistance here. Now we're actually getting into support or right around here. But that's how you identify how long you should hold a position, right? And I know you guys get emotional when you guys see your P&L go absolutely crazy. I get it. Okay. Questions. Throw them at me, guys. And let me go back to this. Okay, here we go. This is what's happening right now with the market. What do we got? Could you do another example of drawing your zone? Yeah, I got you guys. Let me just okay. Let me do it. Let me redraw everything. Let me go to a bigger time frame. Let me actually draw the zones that we're looking at for tomorrow. How about that? Will that be pretty cool? Okay, so this is where the market's at currently, as literally we're speaking. This is where the market's at right now. Okay? Let's draw it. So what's the goal? Just like we're doing. Look at a bigger time frame, 4-hour time frame. Okay? Draw support. Where's our main level of support? Right here. Why is this a main level of support? Well, look at the buying that happened at this candle. This huge engulfing candle. This is the 4-hour time frame. Again, right? We see that it came actually up to the 200 moving average and rejected again. So I'm actually looking to see if we can short this level tomorrow into here. Right? That'll be a pretty sick play. And this is literally what I'm looking at for tomorrow. Can you explain an example of trades that work out when higher highs are made and lower lows? Yeah, I'm just talking about shorts now because right now, where are we currently in the market? Shorts, right? The markets are selling off. We're still in a shorting territory, so the only trades you should be taking are shorts because why trade against the current? Why go long if the overall market's selling off, right? But I'll give you guys some examples after this, right? I'm just going to tell you what I'm looking at literally for tomorrow, okay? So here's the main level of support. Next main level of support is this 200-day, this literally right here, and even the 200-day moving average is acting as a level. Oh, sorry, I'm lying to you guys. This trend line right here that I have is acting as a level of support and confirmation as well. So there's the next level of support right here. Okay, there we go. That's really all I need is these two lines because I'm looking, my game plan is to go short here. Why is that support is not the other one that shows lower amount? Why is that support not the other one? What do you mean ADAI? Dude, Martina, do you know what that means? I might just be reading that wrong. What? Can you rephrase that question? I'll see if I can re-answer it, re-ask it. Perfect. On the first one you selected, why is that support not on the other one? Why there's not support here? Like, I'm still having trouble. Maybe that's where he's talking about. Yeah, right here at 21,252.50. Why is that support line and not the lower one? Oh, this support? I mean, there's two levels of support here. There's two levels of support here. Support here and support here. Omar, do you understand what she's asking or he's asking?
I think that's it.
But then you did add it, so you answered my question. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right, good. Awesome. Sweet. So, main level. Now we have to draw our zones, right? Well, to draw the zones, I kind of like going to a smaller time frame. I like going to the 1 minute time frame. And I get the rectangle tool out. And all I'm going to do is draw from the low wick, which is right here. This is the low wick, right? To this previous candle, because you guys can kind of see. Let me get to my drawing tool out. We are a tiny little bit of support and resistance here. A little about this right here. So if I draw my zone right here, and again, start practicing with it. You guys can go back test, rewind on TradingView, draw your zones, see if they're correct, see if they're not, right? So I'm going to draw my rectangle tool, low, body to high. And let me go all the way. So it'll literally be like right here. And do you guys see how I drew that for literally tomorrow? We have support. So technically these zones act as technically two levels of support. Technically, because when the price gets to this top rectangle line, we can potentially bounce off of it. If we slip through this, we can act as a short to get into this next zone. Does that kind of make sense? Are these zones similar to supply and demand zones? They are supply and demand zones technically. Jocelyn. They are supply and demand zones technically. Right? So here's it. So my game plan for tomorrow is if when price comes back down to this area, what does it do? Does it start making higher highs, higher lows to then potentially go what? Long into previous highs, right? Or if we slip through this, go short here into this level just like we did yesterday or today, right? Or we miss this play like we did today, then go short here into room all the way down to here. Okay, and obviously we're probably not going to, this is 1 hour time frame, we're probably not going to get all of this. That'll be absolutely insane. I mean, some of you guys might have bigger balls than I do to hold longer. Sometimes I'm a pussy to hold long. You guys know me, right? But so far, here's this first zone. Next zone we can draw. Let me go back. Let me zoom out. Get my rectangle tool out again. It'll be low of this wick candle to previous, wick right there with this high wick right here. So perfect. We got two zones in play. Okay, so now what's the game plan for tomorrow? And you guys can take a screenshot of this. I'll even take a screenshot and put it in the Will Trade setup so you can relook at this for tomorrow. This is literally what I'm going to be looking at for tomorrow. Okay, we have, if we break through this, go short on this blue line, maybe a fast scalp on the top one, but main one, short right here, into next zone. Most likely we'll sell before that. We'll see. I don't know yet. Or when we get back into this zone, we'll definitely see if buyers can actually really truly step up into this, because you can see previous data tells us a lot. Look what happened when we got into this area. So much buying. So when we come back in here, what's going to happen? Most likely, come back up. We don't know 100% sure. All we can do is react. Okay? And so for resistance areas, I'm going to go to the 2 hour time frame. How can we draw zones above us? Well, same exact thing. Draw a resistance. Here's the main one. Here's the main one. Oop. And another one. Alright, so we got our 3 levels of resistance. Now we can draw our zones for these 3. Are these showing trading view? Are you showing trading view or top? This is trading view. You can literally draw this though on top step X as well, which is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get the rectangle tool out. Just like I said, let me actually go to the 30 minutes to see if we can draw this a little more accurate. I want to see something here. Okay, so this zone, I was wrong. I'm going to do this. I'm going to move it to here, and then I'm going to draw the rectangle from here, from these lows to these highs. Okay, and you guys can color code this as well. You guys can make this red. You guys can make this green. Green means potential buys. Red means potential sells, right? Next zone I'll be looking at will be from here to here. And again, practice this. And then next zone up here will be probably from high to low. All right, now we got our zones, right? And literally, you can see, look how the market reacts to these zones. You guys see this, look. Comes up, falls back down. Chills in this zone, then chills into this zone, then re-chills into this zone, chills into... Do you guys see how this happens? Again, I'm on the 30-minute time frame, right? Let's go to a smaller time frame. Here's the 1-minute time frame. Now you guys kind of see how big these zones are, right? Look how big these zones are, and how we can find break of structure, higher highs, higher lows to capitalize on bull runs, or consolidation periods where we don't want to touch, or when break of structure happens to go lower, right? So usually, I don't really make a move, or I'm not going to make any trades, unless we get into one of these levels, which most likely, we're probably just going to trade sideways for the rest of the day because it's after hours. We're probably just going to literally just go sideways for the night. Okay, so when volume starts picking up again tomorrow morning, we start maybe dipping into this level. Ooh, let's see what happens. Do we go long? Do we go short? I don't know. Or if we start rallying up to here, ooh, do we go long? Do we go short? I don't know until market tells us. Is that kind of making sense? Are you guys kind of learning something through this lesson? Again, we're going to be giving a lot more examples. Again, what's really cool about trading live with me every single morning is we can literally see what happens, right? We have our zones for today. Now we trade live tomorrow, and then we can say, okay, perfect. The game plan, the setup happened perfectly to a T, right? And you guys can see, look how well these zones actually, drew that line, I keep doing that. How these zones truly react to the market. It's really on point, right, guys? And you guys want to see, first draw your level of support on the blue lines, and then draw the rectangles after you draw those blue lines, okay? And tomorrow, what I'm going to have you guys do, okay? Practice this tonight. Tomorrow we'll have one of you guys come up here and draw these levels, okay? We'll volunteer one of you guys. That sounds scary, I'm sorry, but hey, that'll help you guys out, right? Unless you guys don't want to volunteer. Questions, how do you guys feel about that? Thoughts? Comments? Concerns? Omar, Chino, you have anything to say? Any comments? You want to tell the team? Are you guys good? Think they're good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Scary. Ready for the morning. Yeah, I know you guys are ready. You guys are ready to kill it. I love it. You know? Actually, let me take a screenshot of this right now because this is actually, I don't want to read. I really did this for you guys, Mark, already. So I'm just going to screenshot this. So I'll put it in the Will Trades tab so you guys can take a look at this tomorrow or whatever. Look back at it, whatever you guys want to do. And just practice, guys. Practice, 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 practice. Thank you. Big respect. Yeah, of course, dude. You guys are part of the team. I'm going to show you guys literally how I make 6+ figures a year. Okay? I know that Erica already is funded. Omar is already funded. Tony actually listened to my rules today, and he actually walked away profitable for a day. Beautiful. And then, I don't know about, I know Ray is starting to kill it. I know a lot of you guys that are been here for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, right? I start seeing you guys' success, right? I start slowly seeing you guys actually start killing it, which is really cool to see, right? It's really cool to see. Tell us about your strategy and payout. Yeah, Omar, go.
Well, my strategy is Will.
There you go.
He's the one that taught me, so everything is Will's. Right? What he's teaching you guys is what I do every day. You know, I stay disciplined. Obviously, do 3 trades